the Auburn Blitz Podcast, your direct source for all Auburn all the time with Brett Pritchard, Faith Richardson, and Randy Lee.
What's up, everybody? Good morning to you. Good Friday out there, and welcome into the Auburn Blitz Podcast. We appreciate all of you each and every day finding us wherever and whenever it is that you find us here on the Auburn Blitz and making Auburn Blitz part of your daily Auburn athletic intake. It's my fault. We're starting a little bit late. It's because, some things just have to be taken care of in the mornings, but we're here now. For all of you that were patiently waiting, I appreciate that. Got some text a minute ago like, y'all okay? What's up? Hey, that makes me feel good. Faith should make you feel good that people are like, where are y'all?
Hey, it's always good to hear that. So
it is always good to hear that. So we are here now, better late than never, I guess. So we will continue to take your predictions today. Make sure you get those in for the Mercer game tomorrow. Tiebreaker. Yes, I'm going to let you tell them. Tell them.
Oh, well, the tiebreaker is deuce night passing yards. Yes. Make sure everybody gets that in so that you are eligible to receive.
Got to have the tiebreaker. And it's come down to the tiebreaker a couple times this year already.
It has, about like 3 times, I think.
That's crazy. Like,
good that we did it. But also, a lot of it went down to everyone chose Auburn. It was the other way. And
Right. It's been kind of crazy, some of the predictions, but you know what? It's been a pretty crazy year. So why not have crazy predictions? But
to say the least, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a lot to talk about here this morning. We'll talk more about the game tomorrow and how that looks. We did that yesterday. We actually made it through an entire show at lunch yesterday and did not talk about this coaching search. I looked
guess
up
what we're doing today.
Guess we're going to make up for it. So a lot of different things. Again, more news coming out on other schools. Obviously, James Franklin got introduced at Virginia Tech. So, in this coaching cycle, a lot of teams parted ways with their coach early, and there's been some speculation on who's going where and who's the top candidate, blah, blah, all this kind of stuff. Faith, John Sumrall, outside of Lane Kiffin, and Lane Kiffin hasn't even said he's leaving. It's just he's the hottest commodity out there. But when you look at it from that standpoint, John Sumrall might be the next hottest name out there.
Yeah.
Who else would you say legitimately that has been brought up by everybody would be the hottest name out there, the most wanted name that you hear keep popping up?
Other than Lane Kiffin, yeah, it is. Is it finally the train that Auburn hopped on early? Because we've seen them late to the party each and every time. Is this the first time that Auburn is actually getting somewhere before everybody else hops on?
Let me check my pulse and make sure I'm still alive.
Right.
And I think it's a good discussion point that immediately when Hugh Freeze was let go, the name John Sumrall popped up, and we heard mixed things from fans because that's what you're going to get from fans. You're going to have some that go, "Oh man, that sounds pretty good," and you're going to have some go, "Man, that guy's a group of 5 coach. He's only been a head coach for X number of years. He's been at Troy and Tulane. He ain't proven blah, blah, blah." So you get both sides. And then you got some guys in the middle that go, okay, I can live with him or I can not live with him. But as this coaching search thing has continued for multiple programs, Florida being interested, LSU being interested, obviously it's leaked out that if Ole Miss were to lose Lane Kiffin, he may be the top target for them. And Auburn's been talking to him the whole time. And so when you look at it from that situation, that should be confident for Auburn fans, and at least John Cohen, had obviously him as his top candidate this whole time, Now, if he ends up being the guy, he's got to go out again and he's got to prove, there's also been other top candidates over the years that everybody thought that's the next guy, that's the next Kirby Smart, that's the next Nick Saban, that's the next whatever, and it doesn't pan out. I mean, Billy Napier is probably the biggest example of all that. It didn't work at Florida, it just didn't. So, but now Auburn may be in on the hottest guy outside of Lane Kiffin, and I mean it's been like that since day one.
Yeah, it is crazy how all of this circulates, and it just is what it is in this day and age of college sports. And how, I mean, you look at all these buyouts too and how expensive everything is getting, and then what you have to offer for somebody to come to your program. It's crazy.
Right. Justin said it popped up before he was let go. Yeah, well, I mean, of course, there were names being kicked around way before Hugh Freeze was let go. I'm just saying, when he was let go, the immediate name that was being broadcast was John Sumrall. I mean, and of course, Kenny Dillingham and Eli, but it was always John Sumrall. And yeah, when you got a coach that's living on borrowed time, like Hugh Freeze was for so long, there's a lot of people. I mean, Lane Kiffin's name was up there. Like, can Auburn go back after Lane Kiffin? Because everybody was already planning for the inevitable. They knew that the Hugh Freeze ship was sinking, and it sunk, and it went on down to the bottom quick. So my point is, John Sumrall has been the leader since day one. And will he be the wire-to-wire favorite and actually get the job? That's the thing. Will Auburn cross the finish line? And with the timetable that John Cohen said at that press conference, Faith, that you and I were at, wanting to get a coach as quickly as possible after the Iron Bowl, this makes sense. That this has already been, like, has he already got something in place that he's ready to say, hey, we know you're still coaching. You got a chance to make the playoffs with Tulane and play in a conference championship game, but can we go ahead as soon as the Iron Bowl is over and announce that you're our next head coach? And you can coach it out and do whatever, but we need you in place because of the dates that you and I went over a few days ago. The portal date, the signing date on December the 3rd, which is right around the corner. All of those things to kind of keep things in place. And then, of course, DJ Durkin isn't going to sprint out of the building. He's going to be here to help kind of keep things in place. And then maybe there's something already worked out there where they have said, look, hey, I want to keep you, man. I want you to be my D coordinator. I'm just throwing all these hypotheticals out there because that's what we do on a podcast, right? So that could be what we already have in place. John Sumrall, all of this could already be, I mean, he canceled the Florida interview, got canceled for a reason, Faith, and that it could be for multiple reasons, but it did get canceled for a reason. And if he was really interested in that job, you'd think he would have gone and pursued that, or at least gone and interviewed, but he didn't do it.
Yeah, that's definitely a step in the right direction for Auburn, and just kind of where John Sumrall is kind of at in his head of, okay, well, he canceled that, who knows where else he's going and interviewing at this current moment. But you got to take these small pieces and say, okay, well, there's that, that he interviewed with Auburn already. But yeah, definitely there's so many hypotheticals to go over. And again, the way that we've been talking about this and stuff, that it can get exhausting, and it can get just to the point of, at this point, what more can you ask for from these guys that are still in season and can go on further?
Yeah, that's right. And, I'll say this, and we've said this multiple times about John Cohen and him coming out saying, I am the committee and I'm going to get this done. And if this does play out this way, as soon as the Iron Bowl's over, within 24, 48 hours, he's naming ex-coach, whoever, John Sumrall, whoever it is, and saying, here he is. Man, that will be a feather in his, like, again, now he can't make the guy go out there and win. Okay. That guy's got to establish a staff and go build a program. but he will have done exactly what he told all of us that day he was going to do, and he would have been right on the timetable with what he said he was going to do. So what else can you ask for? Again, I told you this in our little short video after we left the press conference. I said, he said some things that were very interesting about boosters and things like that. I said, all you can do is take a man for his word until you can't anymore.
Yeah.
So if it plays out that way, that will be a feather in his cap of saying, look, I stood up here in front of the world and told you how this was going to go down, and it went down exactly like that. It could be happening that way in about a week and a half.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And so, you know, the saga continues. Again, I don't know. It just feels like all the other names are peripheral now. It just, you know, it's still Auburn. Okay, let's say this. Everybody thinks this thing's lined up, and all of a sudden this name comes out of nowhere, and you go, I don't know where that came from. So that's always in play with Auburn. You can just bank on that, but it just feels like this thing has been aligned, and things are kind of going in the right direction to get this thing announced. And look, I know he's a group of 5 coach, but I told Randy yesterday, there's been multiple times you look at Tulane's record over the years, and those same teams they're beating, we're beating them on a regular basis. Like their record, I mean, their schedule hadn't been the toughest, but they're taking care of business. And that's all you can do as a coach is build a program where you are and get wins. And that's what he's done at Troy, and that's what he's done at Tulane. And like every coach, all the way back, you pick Nick Saban, you pick whoever, had to start somewhere. They had to start. You don't just get handed, you know, you got to work your way up. And so let's kind of see how it all plays out. It's going to be interesting.
I do like seeing the videos of him circulating kind of all the way back to Troy, and the way that he just is passionate for his team on the sidelines and stuff like that, and the way that he coaches and stuff. I do think that is the sort of energy that Auburn needs and has needed, but also what DJ Durkin kind of has shown to be too in just the last week of getting so involved and really advocating for his players, because I think towards the end of Hugh Freeze's era, it wasn't like that. You know, it was very slow, not arguing, and then all those kind of things. I don't know. I just think he does bring that energy that Auburn needs.
No, he does bring the energy. I definitely think. Let's get to some of the comments over here, and we appreciate all of them so very much. Coming from Cairo, Georgia, we're packing up and getting ready to head to Auburn. All right, WK, you guys be careful on the way over. There's a lot of weather coming in today, and it's foggy outside the last few days. I drove home the other night from the basketball game, and what normally takes me, you know, it didn't take me, 45 minutes maybe. It took me almost an hour and 10 because of the fog. It was just, I mean, if you weren't creeping down 280, you were playing with your life. I'll say that. That's how dense the fog was. And it's foggy again, so it's some potential bad weather coming in today, so y'all be careful out there. Good morning to you, James. Good to see and hear from you. I don't guess I didn't see you, actually, but I didn't see your comment. WK said, please, John Sumrall for head coach and DJ for assistant. They spread out some of the head coaching responsibility. I don't know about the spreading out the head coaching. Like, let John Sumrall be the coach and let DJ Durkin be the defense coordinator, and whoever the offensive guy is, let him be that guy. Jason said Sumrall could be a great fit for Auburn if you can get an SEC caliber staff. No question. I think that's definitely it's all key about who you surround yourself with. Leesmore said my favorite duo. Appreciate that, Leesmore. War Eagle to you. Excited for Deuce starting tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about that. James said, no way Mercer's putting up 28. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see how it all goes. Tubb said, this is what I mean by an underwhelming hire. You'll lose DJ2 and the dogs you need, not to mention Summerall doesn't have a coaching tree to choose a staff from. we're cooked. Okay, so there's the opposite ends of the spectrum. Like I said, you got people that it was Lane Kiffin or bust. I mean, that's just where their mind was. And I out of the gate thought you should go do whatever it took to get him because you were very close 3 years ago. But I don't know what ship had sailed and what relationships had sailed. So I don't know. It's not over yet. I'm not saying it can't still be done. Anthony said, Brett, if Sumrall does he have a good relationship with high school coaches in the state? Yes, he does. Very well rooted here in the state of Alabama. He's from the state of Alabama, obviously being a coach at Troy and the different things, gives him a leg up here in the state of Alabama. So there is that connection too. And my whole point on this thing, and Faith and I were just talking about it, I don't know John Sumrall. Okay, I've never met the man. And all my travels throughout the state and running into different coaches, I've never personally met the guy. So I don't know other than what we're being told and previous resume, whatever you want to take into consideration. But he does seem to be the hottest name out there outside of Lane Kiffin. Now, that does not translate into, he's going to come here and take Auburn to the mountaintop. It doesn't. I'm just saying the obvious that his name is as hot outside of Lane Kiffin's as anybody's out there. I mean, who would you say is a hotter name? That I'm leaving that open for the comments. So there's a lot of y'all watching the program right now, so please feel free. We love for you guys to add into it. Who do you want? WK said, who do you want, Tubbs, for head coach? So, yeah, I think Tubbs wants Lane Kiffin. I think everybody does. That's the crazy thing about it right now. Ole Miss is meeting with him today, Faith. The AD has called Lane Kiffin in and said, look, I need you to tell me what you're planning on doing. And we felt like that was going to happen, and they need that. So, again, and I don't know if they leaked that out. I don't know. They'll keep that close to the vest or whatever. But the AD's like, hey, man, I need to meet you. I need to know what you're planning on doing. You plan to stay here? If you are, here's our plans for you, and this is what we can do. If not, can you kind of give us a heads up so we can kind of get our ducks in a row?
Yeah, it's definitely a conversation that needs to happen sooner than later because of everything of what's obviously going around, but with how their season's going. You got to figure out, is he going to stay if they make it to the playoffs and go deep? Like, what's going to happen?
It's crazy. I don't know. Yes, WK, I have met with several coaches that know John Sumrall, and they've spoken very highly of him. I mean, and they have no reason to tell me any otherwise because they know that I cover Auburn every day, and they will tell me. The ones I've talked to, let me tell you, they're going to tell me the truth. They're not going to go, hey, man, they're not going to just sugarcoat anything. If he weren't a good potential, they would tell me. They would say, that may not be the best guy. But every one of them, and again, it's only been a handful, but they've been very prominent, well thought of high school coaches that said, man, that dude right there is a gamer. And he's got the energy and he's got the know to do what he's got to do to come in. And so, all I can do, again, like I said with John Cohen, take people for their word. I don't know why they would say that and then him come in knowing in the back of their mind if he was not a good coach, they would say otherwise. So there's that. So let's talk about some of our partners here. Faith, we couldn't do the show without them, and we always start with Cincy Green.
Cincy Green for air that's cool and clean this fall during dollar days. Call Cincy Green for major discounts on HVAC repairs and installs, plus insulation with Professor Greenbacks. Get HVAC smart at cincygreen.com through Thanksgiving with up to $100 off HVAC repairs, $500 off insulation work, and $1,500 off a new HVAC system. Cincy Green with Carrier, turn to the experts. How cool are these coupons?
And the air's back on again because it's 80 degrees outside. I mean, this weather is crazy. That's why you got so much fog out there, but it's putting your unit through the ringer So if that thing's on its last leg, you need to just go ahead and call Sensorground. What you're waiting on. Scout Program Management, a full construction management firm located in Birmingham, Alabama. And again, I can't praise them enough. A lot of times you don't get to see people in action. I've seen the guys at Scout in action and what they do on multiple projects, not just one project, on multiple projects. And they've got other projects that are about to be starting as well. So if you're a municipality or a board of education, you got massive projects on the table and you're considering all this stuff and moving forward, you need to hire a program management company, and Scout Program Management is the company to hire. I promise you. You'll know why you did it when you did it, because they will deliver the product that you're paying for, and that's what you need. Call on Scout Program Management. Check them out online.
Bunkers in downtown Auburn. If you want to go somewhere for the game or after the game, because it's a 1 o'clock kickoff, go to Bunkers. They're going to have some live music. They've got great deals, happy hour deals all the way from Wednesday up until Saturday. I mean, you can't find some of those deals anywhere, especially in downtown Auburn. But go to Bunkers. They've got extended seating now that they revamped their dining area. And then they've got the stage and everything and 2 bars. I mean, you can't find anywhere else better to go than Bunkers.
You know, I told everybody yesterday, Faith, if you just don't like fun, don't go to Bunkers. I mean, if you're not a fun person, just don't go to Bunkers, right? Because that's all you have there is fun. It's a lot of fun.
Exactly right.
Or if you're anti-fun, just don't go.
Hey, I love me some Bunkers.
No doubt.
And I'm supposed to get a Christmas present from them, and you know what it is.
I know what it is, and we'll see if they come through. And by the way, we saw KJ and Allen at the basketball game, and
great to see them.
Yeah, hollered at us, and man, good to see those guys. And go check them out, man. They have worked extremely hard to make that a great experience for everybody in downtown Auburn, and we're glad to be partnered with them for sure. Tubb said, as far as local kids, what type of athlete would Sumrall recruiting while at Troy? I'm not sold. He's got the relationships. We're led to believe. Again, time will tell. Toolman said, do you think this is a down year for available coaches other than Lane? Here's the deal on that, Toolman. It seems to be, as far as usually there's 2 or 3 guys. So yeah, to kind of go along with what you're saying, they can kind of control the market. It seems to be Lane Kiffin or bust this year. He is the guy at the top of the list. So, man, he's in a unique position. And you and I talked about this yesterday, Faith, that if he's not leaving Ole Miss now, then that ship sailed.
Yeah.
This is his – it's never the case where one guy controls the whole market. There's usually 2 or 3 leveraging, but he really could go anywhere he wants right now. And if he's happy where he's at Ole Miss and stays there, then that sends a message in a lot of different ways that he said it's not money for him. He said that a month ago. And if he stays at Ole Miss, I'm sure they will take care of him and give him more. But some of the numbers we're seeing and hearing that are being thrown around by some of these schools, if he doesn't leave for them or he doesn't leave to go the pros, Faith, he's out of the market.
Yeah, so Keith Good said whoever gets Kiffin will be left at the altar in 4 years because he has a wandering eye. So I believe that to be true. But also right now with the way, his family dynamic is and how his daughter is at Ole Miss, how I guess we've been seeing things, and Landry, his daughter, has been posting some things about, his parents and everything, and how her mom, his ex-wife, are starting to rekindle and stuff. And everyone's in Oxford for him. And so it wouldn't be surprising if he were to stay there because of, his family and also what he's building at Ole Miss. But I don't know, in regards to him having that wandering eye, I do look at him as somebody that is looking for something better at all times. And right now, with the way everything is moving with the dollar signs and everything like that, I mean, it's hard that you're going to find a coach that isn't looking at that. And you're going to have people that want your coach when you're successful anytime.
Right.
So I don't know. I see every side of all of this from, Lane Kiffin, John Sumrall, all these different guys that people want to come in. And to me, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the right answer is.
I don't either. And look, hey, and we've said this multiple times, and I think you just explained that pretty well, that if you want other programs coming after your coach, you know why? Because that means you got a good one. And that means that they're doing a good job. Guess who ain't been calling on anybody around Auburn lately? When everybody goes, hey, when people are saying, hey, I want them to keep that guy as long as they can. And so that's when you're not in the right position. If you got a good coach, somebody's going to come after him,
Right.
And that's just human nature. That is the way it
The
goes.
only coach at Auburn right now that you could see getting poached would be DJ Durkin.
Right, to go to another staff somewhere.
Right,
or maybe to go, yeah, and then definitely some other programs would love to give him a shot, probably as a head coach. But you're exactly right.
Yeah, that's the only thing you're seeing from Auburn in that positive light, I guess.
WK said after Auburn beats Bama will be looking for a new coach. Kind of the board belongs in Penn State. All that smoke picked up the last few days, and win or lose, he could exit stage left, and then that opens the Alabama job back up, and then so like this thing, it's a little bit maybe not as wild as it feels right now, but could get even wilder. I mean, you could have a situation where Auburn, Ole Miss, LSU, Arkansas, Florida, and Alabama.
Please don't put me in that dark, dark hole with no light out of the tunnel. Like, that sounds like a nightmare for the SEC.
And, getting somebody already in place and knowing what you're doing and having that plan and it coming to fruition may be more important than ever this year. So we'll see how it plays out. All right, we've talked that to death. Okay. So we made up for us not talking about that at all yesterday. And so we will move forward now.
30 minutes of it today, everybody.
That's right. So you got your daily dose of the coaching debacle, coaching carousel, whatever it is that you feel like you want to take out of that. All right, let's talk about the game, and we'll shut it down a little bit early. We'll be on location today in Auburn at Ponco Chicken, by the way, in case none of you've ever heard of it, never had it. It's phenomenal. We'll be there. And so looking forward to it. That's going to be a fun time. So join us, obviously, live at lunch today.
If you're coming in off of 85, it's right off the interstate.
It is. What, about a mile right there up?
Not even.
Not even a mile, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe about a quarter of a mile, maybe something like that. Just past Suns forward, right?
Yes, just past Suns.
Just past Suns forward on the right. So, anyway, that's where we'll be at lunch. So make sure you check it out there. All right, predictions keep coming in. Keep getting those coming in, and then we'll keep taking those at lunch today for Auburn Mercer. Deuce Knight passing yards is your tiebreaker. So, just your thoughts on the game. What do you want to see out of this tomorrow, Faith?
This is a perfect opportunity to see some sort of offense that we haven't been seeing, with Deuce Knight obviously in there, but also just some fun football to watch, moving the ball down the field, doing some things that we haven't seen, obviously, but
like Vanderbilt. Yep.
Right. Like Vanderbilt, but with the different quarterback in there, just plenty of opportunity in this game. And so that's what I'm really looking forward to see, is how Auburn takes this opportunity and has it play out. This Mercer team isn't a bad team by any means. It's a good team, but definitely a winnable game. And I think it'll be a very, very great opportunity for Deuce Knight to showcase his talent.
Hey, I do too. And again, DJ Durkin yesterday, right as we were going on the air at lunch, had announced that it would be Deuce. Now, we all kind of knew that, but he officially made it the case after practice. And look, it's the right thing to do. And again, I told you this yesterday on the show. The silver lining in all of this may be that Deuce Knight hasn't played to this point. Because if he had played under Hugh Freeze, he would probably have been the same product as what we've seen everybody else that's played under Hugh Freeze recently. Yep. Peyton Thorne, Jackson Arnold, blame them, not blame them, whatever. It would have probably been the same. We saw Ashton Daniels come out against Kentucky and look horrible. And everybody goes, well, he ain't even good either. And then fast forward to the next week, and he just burns the woods up. He looks like an all-SEC quarterback, and you go, that happened in a week? Like, is that the same guy? That's how bad Hugh Freeze was at offense and how bad it had gone for him.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, though, you can't keep talking.
I'm not sure Hugh Freeze could have scored 20 points on Thompson or Phoenix City at this point, as bad as their offense was. But my point in saying all that is Ashton Daniels looked like a different human being from one week to the next. And then so Deuce Knight hasn't played, has thrown 5 passes this season against Ball State, ran for 14 yards. So he doesn't have any stats. He's coming in with a clean slate, man. This is like Derek Nix. Here you go. Let's see what you got, Deuce.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great to go and watch him, see what he can do. And again, like I said the first time, let him go out and ball.
Yes, I'm excited. Look, I've said it multiple times. Only Auburn can make a Mercer game like high, like everybody on the edge of the seat because you're playing a new quarterback and just the situation. There's one thing about it. The results haven't been good, but it's been interesting every week. It's been a soap opera. And then fast forward to next Saturday, night kickoff, Iron Bowl, with the point spread dropping and Alabama's offensive woes and their coaching stuff going on with, rumors of Kalen DeBoer, win or lose, leaving. It's just going to be another chapter in the drama of this season next week. And then Iron Bowl already has its own drama anyway every year. Doesn't matter what it is. So, and Alabama fans, I've got a bunch of Alabama buddies that have texted me, so are y'all ready to ruin our season next week? And they just kind of feel like it's coming. And it's going to be a really good game, which the last few in Auburn have been. It hadn't worked out for Auburn, but they've been really good games. And I don't think you'll have anything else but that again next Saturday too.
Let's just start with this Saturday, tomorrow, getting the mojo back in Jordan-Hare.
No doubt. WK said, I want to see Cobb get 1,000 yards and Coleman get 185 and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, Cobb can get over 1,000, rushing. So he should have already been there.
Yes.
I mean, 100%. Some of these games that he could have. Okay, I'm going to stop. I just not go back there. But anyway, you keep looking forward in the windshield. Don't look in the rearview mirror, right?
He only needs 96.
That's it. There you go. I think he can get it. Can you get it on one run from the 4-yard line?
That'd be something.
All right. Ronald said, I agree. We have seen enough of Jackson Arnold. No disrespect. Let the young guy ball out. Yes, talking about Deuce. Let him. I think that's the thing going in, and the fans for tomorrow is get to see Deuce Knight, who was one of the highest touted quarterbacks in the country coming out of high school last year, and flipped from Notre Dame to Auburn. And now we'll get to see him. And I'm with Ronald. And they've already said that both quarterbacks are going to play, but it doesn't need to be Deuce gets 3 series and then Jackson comes. Let that man have 3 quarters.
I agree.
If that's what you want to see.
100%.
So let's see if that's how it works out. So, all right, a few more of our partners here on the program. The Cart Source. Man, we're so proud to be partnered with them. And man, we see them. Man, we see their stuff everywhere, don't we?
We do.
Like every time we see a golf cart somewhere, there's a cart source sticker there. And I know why, because once you go to their lot, you see all the different options they have with Easy Go, Cushman, Yamaha, Club Car. You know why everybody chooses them. And then when you look at their prices and the deals that they give you, again, you know why people bought their golf carts there. So if you got a Christmas gift that you're thinking about, hey man, this is perfect. Go to the golf cart superstore, the cart source. They're in Dadeville, 334-231-2205. Tell Harrison you saw us here on the Auburn Blitz, and we'll appreciate it because Harrison will take care of you. He's a good dude, and they've got a ton of inventory on the lot. So if you're one of those picky people, he'll order you one. He'll customize it for you. So you'll not leave disappointed either way.
Oliver Ross, for the rest of this year, if you've got any sort of holiday parties or, I don't know, work conventions that you have for the holidays, up to 20,000 people, Oliver Ross is going to be able to take care of you. I mean, I don't know 20,000 people, but if you do, your work does, they're going to be able to be the bartending service for you. Licensed professional bartenders come in there, set everything up, and then once it's over, break it all down. And that in itself sells itself. But also, if you have a tailgate for the Iron Bowl, they're going to be able to come there and take care of your people at your tailgate. I mean, you can't find many places that are going to do that. So Oliver Ross, great people, trusted, professional, licensed bartending service.
Yeah, can't go wrong with Oliver Ross, I tell you. All right, Russell Medical Center is always also on 280. I guess they're always there because I don't know where they would be going. They're also on Highway 280 in Alexander City, and they're providing the best health care around. And if you want the top-notch health care in a smaller environment, this is the place for you. You don't want to deal with the hassle of traveling to big cities and all the things that go with that. They're partnered with UAB Health, and I don't know that there's a better healthcare group in the world. And I'm personally saying that because of things I've seen them do for people in my family. So check out Russell Medical Center, voted one of the top 3 best hospitals here in the state of Alabama. So great healthcare right here in the backyard. All right, Faith, comments coming in still. Wade said, I'm calling for Lincoln Riley now. He could be the guy out of left field. All this stuff we talked about. We're talking about that one name out there. And then all of a sudden in steps Lincoln Riley. I know Tubbs said a little bit before Brian Hartline, I believe, who's the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, likes him. Donald said Ryan Day flying into Auburn. Yeah, not happening. Tubbs said if DeBoer goes to Penn State, does that mean the REC has to make Alabama hire before they find out the next coach? Could get interesting. You know what? All of this stuff, these moving pieces, when another domino falls, it opens up something else. So who knows? We're here for it, though. We're going to be here for you guys. Everything we hear, we're going to push along, and we'll let you guys digest it and argue about it and talk about it, whatever you want to do. That's what we're here for. All right. Again, we will be at Ponco Chicken. So I'm looking forward to that. I know you are too. So
I am really looking forward to it. Make sure that y'all keep dropping the predictions so I can keep writing them down, and tune into the noon show with us, obviously. But yeah.
Can't wait, as always. And do have a big high school game tonight.
Yes.
Semifinal round for the 7A class. Boy, it's big stuff down in Auburn. Opelika taking on each other. And then right down the road, you got Phoenix City and Thompson. I don't know. Hey, Phoenix City Thompson listed as one of the top 5 high school games in the country this week.
Yes, it's going to be a great game. Last 2 years, they met up in the state championship. Now this year, semifinals. It's going to be a crazy game.
It is going to be a crazy game. So looking forward to our game here at the Sportplex tonight. Benjamin Russell taking on Hueytown. In the power rankings now, Benjamin Russell, 7A through 1A, have moved up to number 5 in the state in the power rankings. So right there with Sarah Land, Clay Chalkville, Thompson and Phoenix City. So, I mean, high regards there. A lot of good football teams in the state, and Hueytown brings a good team in tonight, so it's going to be good. Hoping the weather stays away for everybody tonight across the state. I'm afraid it's not going to happen. So just be careful wherever it is that you're traveling out there tonight, and be mindful of that wherever it is that you're going. But if it's not raining, get out and support these high school football games. It doesn't get much better when you get in the third and the fourth rounds of the playoffs. You just get some phenomenal games. So if you don't have a team that you're following, come to the Sportplex tonight. We'll take you. We'd love to have you there. And it should be a really good football game tonight. All right, Faith, I'll let you send us out, and then we'll see everybody at noon.
I hope everyone has the best day, best weekend ever.
Be careful out there with the weather today, and be nice to people. And we will see you at noon for more of the Auburn Blitz.